Hey,
Ho
happy
ho!
Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you, Dom.
What about you this Halloween?
Yes, I hope you have a super spooky Halloween or whatever people say to each other on Halloween. I don't know. It's like Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. What do you say on Halloween? Oh,
Yeah, that's a good point. Never really thought about that.
no, have a horrible Halloween or have
There you
a.
go. Well, seeing as someone who actively avoids Halloween, that's a good one for you, isn't it?
So, I thought I was doing a good job of hiding the fact that I don't really like Halloween there, but there we
I thought I'd bring it up
are.
first, straight off the bat. Right. Before we dig into the whys and wherefores of why that is the case, that Mr. Jones doesn't like Halloween, let's go through some quick rules. Number one, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, pause us if you want. If we're going too fast, just press pause on the live stream and then carry on playing when it suits your class. Saying that, Dom's going to be following this first activity on the iPad whilst I lead on the browser. So you are going to see everything kind of twice anyway. So that'll give you some extra time as well. Rule number two, Dom.
Yes, after this session, you'll get an email from me, or your teacher will at least, and you can go and get your certificate for the session. Always good for records of achievement and things like that. So get that certificate. And number three is Mr. Jones.
Well, if you have a look on our challenge page today, you'll see that we've got some video tutorials made for these challenges. Now then, if you followed along in the live lesson, or if you used some of those video tutorials, what we need you to do is get either over 100 students, 100 children in your school to take part in one of these activities. They don't need to do it all, just one of them is fine. Or if you're in a smaller school, that could just be everyone from year 3 and up. Okay, and if you do that, that'll give you 1 point in the Express School
It's a
Challenges.
large point, though. It's a
It
large
is.
point. It's a large 1 pointer.
Because that 1 point will get you some instant swag sent to your school. But if you get to 3 points, you'll get swag every time, of course. But then when you hit your 3 points, you will get a whole school pizza party and you'll get the Adobe Express Digital Leaders School Award, which is a really nice kind of plaque that you can put up on your wall and celebrate the fact that you are
Show
an
off.
amazing digital leaders school.
Show off to all the parents and all the people who
Absolutely.
come and visit your school. Nah, 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 nah. All that
We're
kind
digital leaders school.
of. Right. Challenge page is down the bottom on the scrolly bit.ly/express Halloween. And should we take a look?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop my screen on now. Here we go. So I'm logged into Express, as you can see, but then on the tab next door, I've opened up that challenge page by typing in bit.ly/express Halloween. So you can type that in on your browser, or if you're using an iPad or a device that can scan QR codes, then scan this QR code and it'll bring you to this very page.
It
Right.
would indeed.
What are we
Right.
doing today? What are we doing today? Let's have a look. So today, our first challenge is we are going to make a Halloween animation. This is going to be
Nice.
super fun. So we're going to build up a spooky Halloween collage. Then we're going to animate it, and then we're going to put a scary Halloween message in front of it before revealing our terrifying diorama. Right. So let's go, Dom. On Express, we're going to be working with a square project this time. So I'm going to click on the big blue dot in the top left-hand corner. And then I'm going to choose the square standard size. So I click on that. And it opens up the Express all-in-one editor. So I'm going to name my file immediately
Good job. Well
as
done. That's 1 point for you.
Halloween Animation October 24, because I got a few of these in there. There we go. So I've renamed my file. And the first thing we need to do is we need a spooky background. We need a spooky Halloween background. So you could go into elements, go into backgrounds, but I want something specific. So I am going to use generative AI. I'm going to click on the media button on the left-hand side.
Now.
Yep, and I'm going to
Okay.
go to photos, and I'm going to choose generate image. And I want a square image to fit into my square canvas. So I'm going to click on square. And I want a haunted mansion background. Just something like that. You could add more details in there. You could say that you want, some things in the front. You could go crazy there with your descriptions. Then just have a look in the techniques and maybe choose something that you like. I always like the bold lines. Always works well for me. Then I'm going to hit generate. And that is going to give me 4 results of a haunted mansion background. The word background is handy because it kind of suggests to express that I don't want this image to be too busy. There we go.
Whoa.
Wowzers, they are amazing. So I think I prefer this one. So I'm going to bring that in. Oh, it's the first one anyway. And then the last thing I'm going to do before passing over to Dom is I'd like this to fill my canvas. So in order to do that, I just need to close down the generate image panel by clicking on this X. And now I'm back just in the normal image editing window. And I'm just going to click on set as page background. And there it is. I am off to the races. Right, let's jump over to Dom's iPad.
Nice.
There you go, Dom.
Easy
We're
peasy.
on your iPad, and let's get us to there.
Right. Okay. So easy. Press the plus. Go to square. Give this a title, and I'll just put. What am I going to put? I'll put Halloween, and I'll just put Halloween 1 because we're going to do 2 challenges, and this is my first one. Okay. Get rid of that little bit there. Then I want to go to media. I could go to photos and generate image. And I'm going to do a square because we're going to copy what Mr. Jones did and it'll fit our background perfectly. And here's where we have to put our, so is that our prompt in? So what did you search for? Haunted?
I just put haunted mansion background. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to put haunted house at night. Oh, what is going on here? It's coming up with all sorts of mad stuff.
Have you got your Spanish predictive text on
yeah,
the
always. Haunted house at night background. Okie dokie. There we go. And let's do that. Oh, I didn't do any techniques or anything. Well, that's fine. We just see what the difference will be. So you did bold lines, didn't you? So it came up with some sort of, I would say, sort of like comic book, cartoony style. I wonder what this is going to... Oh! Hello. Do you know what? Maybe to keep it more subtle, maybe I'll do that kind of darker one, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I think the second one is the one I want. And then I can either use the X at the top next to generate image, or I can just tap in the gray bit and then tap back on the photo and then go back to, you see down here, set as page background. Let's do that. Boom.
Oh, look at that. That is lovely.
Nice.
Nice. Right. So next, let's jump back over to my screen. Here we go. All right. So next, we want to get some different assets in here, different design assets, all to do with Halloween. Okay. So we're going to kind of fill this up, not totally fill it up because our background's cool, but we want to bring in a load of fun stuff. So I'm going to go to elements on the left-hand side. And under the design assets, I'm going to search in here for Halloween. Okay, and there's loads of different things here. There's 375 of them in here, guys. So I'm going to just choose some different elements. Maybe this pumpkin thing here. Maybe this ghost going boo.
Oh, the night ghost is good.
Yeah, and maybe there's this scary looking pumpkin witch scarecrow combination thing. Maybe a bat. Okay, so bring in, as many as you want, maybe 5 or 6 different elements from here. I think I'm done. I think I'm pretty much done. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pass over to Dom whilst I do it, but basically what I'm going to do is just set them around my page, kind of build up this cool scene where we can see everything, but nothing is hiding anything else. And I don't like that little shadow. Let's just crop that out. I'm using this crop handle to get rid of that kind of white shadow there. Didn't like that. There we go. Okay, so I'm just building it up, and then maybe my ghost up here is coming in at the top there. There we go. So I can see everyone. Everything's nice and clear there. Maybe do some rotation, do some resizing, but just generally build up your scene with some elements. Right, let's jump over to Dom's iPad to get us to there. Okay, Dom, take it away.
Alrighty. So I'm going to go to elements here. I'm in design assets, search for Halloween. I like the bat. Although, that's the color means it has to go sort of towards the sort of lighter end. I think it'd be better.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then I mean, I'll probably just put them all in and then have a look back. I do like that one. That's good. I'm trying to do some different ones, really, if I can get away with it. That one's nice. Ramon reminds me of Scooby Doo. This
Yeah.
it's very Scooby Doo, isn't it? Maybe just one more. I don't think I could get away with a bloody eyeball. I'm not sure that's going to work so much. But maybe what I'll do is I'll put a witch's hat and then I can put that on top of the ghost.
Oh, like cool. That. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right, then. I'm going to do a bit of rotation. Well, I think that one's rotated in the right way. Just pop it down there, maybe. And then there's my ghosty. And I can just pop it underneath the hat. That's kind of cool. Maybe it's not in the right place, though. Do you want to watch me do this? Or, you know?
Oh, yeah, we'll swap back. Yeah, so Dom's just kind of doing the same as I did there now, just moving stuff around and resizing them. Okay, the next step is we're actually going to animate each one of these elements that we brought in. Okay, so if I click, for example, on the bat, then on the left-hand panel, this image editing panel, if I scroll all the way down, you've got the animation button there. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. Now, we don't need to use any in animations or out animations here. This is all about the loop today. So I'm going to click on loop, and then you've got all of these different animation presets. So I'm going to use maybe Bob for the bat. Maybe the bat's name is Bob. I don't know. There we go. So yeah, then we've got our bat flying around in the air. And you know what? I think my ghost is also going to be bobbing. I think that's the best looping animation for. Ooh, there it is, a ghost. That looks good. And then this witch scarecrow pumpkin mashup. I think I'm gonna have maybe yo-yoing. Maybe let's try yo-yo. Yo. Yeah, that works really well. Just yo-yoing up and down. Now, if it's yo-yoing too much for you, you can click on the settings there and bring
a very enthusiastic yo-yo, isn't it?
Bring the intensity down a bit. Bring the speed down a little bit if you want as well. There we go. It's a bit more of a threatening, ominous yo-yoing now. And then for my pumpkin, I mean, what's a pumpkin going to do? It's just going to sit there looking mean, isn't it? I'm going to have it maybe jitter.
Yeah.
The pumpkin has been drinking a lot of coffee today. There we go. Bit of jittering around. There it is. So now I can click on the big play icon down on the bottom here, and I can see my whole scene with all of those design assets all kind of animating around the place, and it's looking good and spooky. Right, shall we jump over to you, Dom?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
There we go. We're back with you.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay, put one more thing in here. I made that one and put it on the side. Right, so it's about animating. So mine are all a bit smaller. I did group this ghost with the hat on. Why not? Yeah. So, select one animation. So it's all the move ones.
It's all about the loops here, remember.
The loops. Okay. So I've got to make sure I go in the center here, this loop one. Okay, so blinking. That's what I want that one to do. Blinking. Yeah. That's
yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I like that. And then maybe I'll select the pumpkin, 3 dots, select multiple, select the next pumpkin there. I'll group those together, and then I can still animate those at the same time to go to animation and maybe go back to the loop, and maybe the jitter is a good one. Yeah, or wiggle. Yeah, wiggle's the one for me. And then I've got my bat up here. Oh, I don't want to group all of them together. No, thanks. Just that one on its own. Maybe it needs to be a bit bigger. There we go. And then let's go down to animation, loop. Yeah, Bob, that's a good one for that one. This one here. Maybe this one is going to be a loop. They always remember the loop. The breathe. Yeah, the breathe, like it's kind of flapping its wings. I like that. That's good. Speed 22. Maybe it's going to be 66. Yeah. Maybe even more. Don't want personality smooth. I want it to be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom. Look at that. Maybe it's a bit much. And then last but not least, we got my scarecrow down here. How am I going to animate this scarecrow? Actually, do you know what? I think it's It's going to be a loop, and it's going to be, pulse. That's a bit intense. Bring that down. Yeah, smooth. That'll do. The scarecrow can be smooth. There we go.
Cool. Right. Let's move on. So now that we've worked really hard building up our animated scene, we're going to hide it. Okay, we're going to totally hide it. Let's add some text. Okay, so I'm going to click on the left-hand side here on text. And I'm going to add my text. There we go. And I'm just going to change my text color to white for now so that I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, and it just says add your new text. So you could have whatever, you could say something like Happy Halloween, or just the word spooky, or I'm just going to go for boo with 2 exclamation marks. There it is, just boo, like that. Now, what we're going to do with this text box, okay, I'll sort out the font later on, but what we want to do is add a special shape to the background of this text box. So with your text box selected, and remember that I changed my fill color to white, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to choose shape. Okay. Now, the shape that we want is not visible straight away. You see, it says basic shapes here at the top, and the one that we get automatically is the second one. But if you just have a look underneath, it says show more. Before we see decorative, it says show more. So if we do that, it'll show you some more shapes. And this is the one we want. This one that basically fills your whole canvas with this shape. Okay? So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to hide my whole design.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yes, indeed.
What have you done?
Yes, quite. Now, what we're going to do is, now that that's done, we can go back out and start choosing fonts. Okay, so we're going to fonts, view recommended. And what you want here is a really chunky font because we're going to be seeing through this text to see our image behind. Okay. So, go through. You could search and actually search in here for ultra or thick or black. They're the kind of thickest fonts usually are the ones that are labeled as ultra. So if I go in here, Fira Sans, and then go down, there'll be an ultra. There we go. And that's going to be a very thick. You see, that's a really thick font.
Yeah.
If I want it all caps, I can just change that to dynamic. Yeah, I think that works well. So sort out your font. And then just get that text box as big as possible on your page. Okay, as big as possible. And if you move it around like this, doesn't matter. Your shape is still going to hide everything that's behind. Right, and then we're going to pass over to Dom, and then when we come back to me, we'll sort out cutting out that text and also maybe deciding what color we want the shape to be. All right.
Okay.
Dom.
Okay, blow my mind. Let's go text. Add your text. I mean, does it matter how much text goes in there?
No, it's fine.
I'll put like Happy Halloween, I guess.
Yeah, could do.
Halloween. Oh, Halloween. That'll do. Okay, and then I want to change this text, I think, to white. I think this is the recommended flow that we're doing here. And then I want to scroll down here to shape. And then I want to go further down here to show more. And then this big one here. Whoa! And then I've done it. And then I'm going to go and do this little drop down here. And then your tip was go for ultra because they're the really chunky ones.
Yeah, ultra, or sometimes those thickest fonts are called black as well. So you could search in there for ultra or search for black, and they'll give you your thickest fonts.
Okay. And then also don't forget, if you go to text layouts and dynamic, and then, maybe I can go like this.
Yeah, cool.
Something like that. And then pop this. I'm going to go right in the center. Now you'll see that it's kind of picked up from the bottom there, but as soon as I let it go,
yeah, it'll sort itself out.
Well, it didn't.
Yeah, when you click off it, there we go. It will. Yeah. Cool. Right.
All right.
Brilliant. We're getting there. Right. So now, we're getting closer now. So it's time for us now to reveal our cool animation through this text. So to do that, we need to go back into the shape settings. Okay. So with the text box selected, I'm going to scroll down, going to go back into shape. And here we go. It'll show us the shape, and then we've got our text fill and our shape fill. So this is the important button here, cut out text. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and it's basically going to show me my design behind. Okay, now, this is also the best time for you to start thinking about what color works best for your actual shape. Now, Dom's kind of design, I think, is darker than mine. I think my background image, the haunted house, is quite orange, you know? So I can probably get away with setting my shape fill to black. Okay? But maybe I don't get away with that. Maybe I don't. So, you know, experiment with different colors. And I mean, Halloween colors, I would say, are orange, green, red, black. Would you say, Dom?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
There you go. So you can go with orange and just kind of change that background color to the one which makes that text easiest to read. Do you know what I mean? We need to be able to read what that text says. If I go for black, too much of the image behind is black. That's quite difficult to see that says boo. Okay? If I go to white, I could leave it as white, but white isn't a very good Halloween color, is it? So maybe I could go for kind of a pale orange. That works quite well. Or a pale green. That works quite well as well. Okay? So choose a color that works best so that your text is readable while seeing that background behind. Okay, let's jump over to Dom then, who's going to be doing the same thing.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's go back a few steps here then. I was going through all sorts of different colors here. I like them all. So I'm nearly there. Okay, so I was here. I was just here minding my own business, and then I tapped text here and then scroll down to shape. And then you can see the button right there, cut out text. Boom. Right. Then we go to shape fill. And we select that and we say, well, what kind of colors are we looking for? And actually, I think we're looking for... I didn't come to any sort of great conclusion, really. I'd like the sort of dark purpley ones. But are they very Halloween-y? Not sure.
It's okay. Yeah.
No.
That orange works nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe like a sort of... So what you can do is go to swatches, find something that you like, and then maybe go into custom and then say, well, I like that one, but I want it to be slightly darker. Something like that. There we go. So there we go. That's where I'm at.
Cool. Right. So now, maybe some of you already had a go at this. If I place this anywhere, if I click play now, I'm actually going to see those characters animating through that cutout text, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But also, I want to see the bat up at the top and the ghost, and I also want to see this pumpkin down the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this text box right in the middle, and you see the pink guidelines are telling me exactly where that is. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate the text. So
that is genius.
Let's back out of this shape. Okay, scroll down, go to animation. Now then, I think the yo-yo is going to work well here because I'm going to get it to bounce all the way up to the top of my canvas and all the way down to the bottom. So if I go to loop and yo-yo, there we go. Now it's not bouncing high enough and low enough at the moment. So if I click on the settings for yo-yo by clicking on it again, the intensity is how high up and how low down it bounces. See, so if I keep kind of adjusting that, at some point, I'm going to get it to go, there we go, all the way to the bottom and to the top. There we go. You change the speed if you want. Maybe I'll bring my speed down a bit. And it's kind of like a peekaboo thing, isn't it? It's like what's behind the text. Now you could also, this is probably a good place to use an in animation. Okay, so you could use an in animation as well. So maybe we want this to, you could try one of these, flickering. That's a good kind of Halloween, or the fade, or the typewriter, or you could even try one of these. No, not one of those, because I want that shape to be there at the beginning. I'm going to go with flicker, I think. Right, so now if I click play on my animation, I've got, there we go, and we can see, what's there? Oh, what's up there? And what's down there?
That's great.
There we go. Let's jump over to Dom then and see how that's looking on the iPad.
Yeah, nice. So I got this kind of earthy red going on. And then I also thought, maybe if I select that text and go back into my shape, I could bring the opacity down just by like a few percent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just a little suggestion of, you want to see behind the curtain, do you? So there's a little sort of suggestion there. And then let me check if I've got this right. I'm going to select my text. I'm going to go to animation. You can animate it on the way in. Ooh, I like a fade.
Yeah.
I like a fade. And then loop. And then yo-yo. And then if I tap it again, the intensity is the one that makes it go all the way up and all the way down. Ooh, nice. Actually, that's even too intense.
Yeah, yeah. So depending on the size of your text box, maybe it'll actually fly off the top of the canvas. So you might need to bring it down.
Do you know what else I thought? Actually, you could play around. If you go to this little thing here, you could play around with the line spacing and bring them slightly closer together, and that might give you a better sort of. Yeah, I don't want it to touch the text because then it makes it unreadable, but it brings it closer together. And then maybe if I play it, ooh, yeah, maybe it still goes slightly high. I'm just trying to work out whether that's actually centered in the middle. Maybe that was the thing. There we go. Now it goes right.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Right up to the top and right to the bottom. So make sure it's centered.
Cool. Right. Well, we've got time to do a little bit of next level stuff here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just make this even spookier. So let's go to media on the left-hand side. Okay. And this time we're going to search for a video clip. So I'm going to click on videos. And I'm going to search for lightning. Lightning in here.
What the blazes are you doing here?
Now then, you're going to love this, Dom. So I'm going to choose one of these clips that's got lightning strikes.
Oh, okay? No way.
Any one of these. Yeah. This one's cool. This one's very, very clear. So I'm going to bring that in. Okay. And then I want to fill my page with this video. So I'm going to click fill video. Okay.
This is truly innovative.
So now I've just got this. I've just got this going on, which I can't see anything, which is a problem. Now, I want to see the lightning bolt, but I don't want the rest of that black frame. So I'm going to use a screen blending mode. Okay, use the screen blend mode. Click on that, click on screen. What screen does is it keeps the lightest parts of your video or your image visible, and then the darkest parts become transparent. So basically all the black there is going to be transparent and the white is going to stay like that. Cool. Now, it looks really cool there, where it is, okay, in front of it, like that. But I think it's probably even cooler if I drag that all the way down to the bottom of my stack. And now it's going to be kind of animated. Yeah, there we go. So we're seeing it through the text as the text bounces up and down. Now, halfway through my lightning, it changes into this green. So I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I need to, basically it's the video clip itself. It's got the lightning on a black background first and then on a green background. Okay. So basically I just want to trim the end of that off. So I'm going to go to edit timeline because at the moment I've got this compact timeline, this basic timeline. So I'm going to click on edit timeline. Now then, tell you what I'll do. I'll just drag that clip back to the top for now, just so I can see what I'm doing easier. I'll just drag it back up to the top. Right. Now then, my timeline. There we go. You can see clearly on my timeline when that green background kicks in. Yeah? So that's all I want to do is trim my whole clip, my whole scene back to just before that black background disappears and the green one comes in. And it happens to be at about 10 seconds, which is perfect, really. Okay, so now I'll just put my light thing back at the bottom again and click play. And there we go. I've got those lightning strikes coming across the scene. Now, one more idea there is, that works really well, is you could bring in smoke. Okay? And you've got all these kind of, rising smoke video clips, which work really well. So I love this one, actually. This one is brilliant. So again, I'm going to fill the video. So it'll fill my canvas. And once again, I'm just going to use the screen blend mode. It's going to get rid of the black and just keep the smoke. There we go. Magic. And again, I can just click play. Now, do I like the smoke like that, rising in front of everything? I do. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Or, again, you could decide if you want, you could pop it behind your text, and now we're seeing the smoke through our cutout text. Do you know what? I quite liked it. I quite liked it in front, so maybe I'll keep it in front like that.
Do you know what?
Right.
You could also duplicate it and do it from the top and the bottom.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, just spin it around. Okay, let's jump over to Dom and see how you're getting on there on the iPad.
Right. So what did I do to get to here? I went to media. I went to videos. I searched for lightning. And actually, this third one that I found is really cool. All right, so let's put it in. Let's fill the video. Sorry, fit the video. So it was there. And then just check out what we've got. Now, the reason why I like this one is because there were clouds, but also the lightning was coming from all sorts of different places, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
But you can see that we got this blend mode section right here. So if you click that and go to screen, it's going to get rid of all the dark bits. Test it again by pressing play.
Oh, it's awesome like that.
Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? And it's got the smoke on as well, which I like. And then you kind of decide then, you can decide whether you bring it down. I was thinking that I probably would bring it down. Yeah, I wanted to see all my animated bits on the top of that, I think.
Yeah, it does work well there, right at the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I was thinking was that I could have put it at the top if I go back here. Could have put it at the top. And I guess I could have brought the opacity down, maybe.
Yeah, just to tame it down a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe that's not quite as, maybe it takes the edge off the color and the intensity. So maybe I'll bring it back up to 100, but then just, I mean, I could just slip it down behind the text and that's it really. And then it goes on top of that, all of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. So there we go.
Right.
That's how you do it.
We're nearly done. That's all we need to do now is we actually want to reveal our entire scene, because so far we're just seeing glimpses of it through the text. So to do that, click on your text in your layer stack, okay? And we're going to need to show the layer timing. Here we go, show layer timing. So switch that on at the bottom of your timeline. And here we go. This blue clip now is your timing for that text box. So what you want to do, maybe like a second or two before the end of your video, is just peel that back just a bit. Don't be too worried about how much. So my whole thing is 10.6 seconds. So there we are, about 2 seconds-ish before the end of my video. I'm going to do that. So now when I watch my video clip, I'll go from about halfway there. It's going to get to that point and it's going to just go boo and show the whole scary scene that we've got. Now, you could just leave it like that because that works quite well, that it just disappears. But you could also add an out animation to your text if you want. So, for example, we could do something like a pop out animation, okay? And that's going to kind of, let's have a look. Here we go. And boo, like that. Yeah, it's going to just animate it a little bit to get out. Right, so that's the first bit. Let's just jump over to Dom for that. And then the final thing we'll do when we come back to me is add some spooky sound. So let's go to Dom there for timing the text to reveal our scene.
Okay.
Dom, there we go. We're with you.
Okay, so I need to go down to this edit timeline thing over here because I need to start doing some more things with the video timeline. So the thing that we really need to do is we need to have this show layer timing button on here. I must say, Mr. Jones, this is the best video activity that we've ever done on live lessons. Well done.
Come off it. Come on.
It is. It is. I'm being genuine. I'm being genuine. This is amazing. You're really showcasing things in the right way here. And I'm also going to just up the size. You can see me playing around with the where am I? This thing here, just to kind of. So I've got everything on the page. You need that show layer timing because when you then click on your text, you can see it comes up down here. It says Happy Halloween, so you know that the thing that you're editing is the text. And then all I do is put my finger on the end, drag that back a little bit. Let's have the last 2 seconds so that the whole clip's 10 seconds. Happy Halloween is 8 seconds. But then with that Happy Halloween selected, we can go down to animation here. We did a fade in, and then we did a fade in, and then with the loop, we did a yo-yo. And what Mr. Jones is saying, we're going to do an out, and maybe we will... Oh, maybe it could be a rise. Yeah, maybe. Let me just check that. wonder if it can rise up out off the page. Sort of. Yeah, I don't mind it.
Those lightning strikes look great.
Yeah, they look good, aren't they? Maybe the pop. Let's see if that would be better. Yeah, maybe. Duration, maybe I'll make it a second. So yeah, I'm just playing around now. It's all gravy now. Let's have a look. Yeah, that one's good.
Cool. Yeah.
I like that. Right, audio.
Brilliant.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, let's finish it off. So, quite simply, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to add some background music. Okay, so I'm going to go into media, and this time we're going to search in audio. Okay, now you could search in here for different things. You could search for witch, or you could search for haunted, or you could search for scary. I'm just going to search for Halloween. Okay, and then here we go. We've got some Halloween fun loop B. Let's have a listen to this.
Hey.
Horror epic trailer loop A.
Yeah,
Halloween
that's
horror
good.
sphere. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this spooky haunted house. I think this is. Yeah, perfect. Right. So let's just bring my playhead back to the beginning. Otherwise, it'll pop my music in the middle of my video project. So bring this black playhead all the way back to the beginning, and now just click on the name of the track that you want to add. So I'm going to click on this, and there we go. It's popped that in. Okay, so if I click play now. Cool. Right. I wanted to fade out at the end because that's kind of the professional way to end music at the end of a project. So I'm just going to click on fade out there. And then bring down the fade out duration to maybe about a second. 2 seconds, a bit long. Now, also, it's at 100% volume, and I'm going to bring that down, not a lot, but I'll just bring it down to about 60, 70%, somewhere around there. Okay, right. Now then, the next thing we're going to do, you're going to love this. You're going to have this, is when we get our reveal, so there, okay, so I'm just going to bring my playhead to the exact point where we see everything. Boom, there. We're going to bring in some sound effects. So I'm going to go to media, and maybe I'm going to go search under audio for scream. Okay, right? Maybe this first one. So we can bring in.
That one's good. I like that one.
So yeah, we go for that. So I'm going to click on there, and now because my black playhead was in the correct place, it's popped it exactly where that happens. You could always just move it afterwards, but if you can do it properly the first time, then it's better, isn't it? So let's just watch my whole thing now. Suspense is getting to me here.
Yeah.
There we go. So
That's ridiculous.
That's where I'm leaving it. I'm going to pass over to Dom, but you guys back home, you could be recording voiceovers through the audio here. You put your best witch voice on and record a voiceover because you've got plenty of time in here to be adding something in there. Maybe a spooky rhyme, maybe the poem Dance Macabre. That's a good one. You could read out a few lines out of that. That would be really good thing to add in there. Or you can just leave it like me and just have suspense and a scream. Right, let's jump over to Dom. He's going to finish this off.
Okie dokie. You promise this is the last thing now?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm finished.
Oh, okay. Let's go to add audio. Instead of lightning, we'll go for Halloween. Come on, you can do it.
Oh, I think you need to turn your audio on as well, Dom.
Yes, I will. As soon as I... there we go.
There it is.
Right, let's have a look. This is the one for me.
Yeah, that's a good
10
one.
seconds. That's an absolute stone cold banger. Right. And then I'll fade it out. And then also, what I'm going to do is, there's that noise, lovely noise. And then we'll go here. And then as soon as it kind of comes out, which about there, I'm going to go here again, and then can I record a voiceover? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can. And of course I'm going to allow it. Come on. And I've got my playhead where the text disappears. iPad microphone, that's good. Start recording. Nice. And then it's gone over a little bit. I'll have to move this one back. I'm just tapping on it, and I'll move it back to about there. And then I can go into this crazy scene that just went on the end. Press the 3 dots, delete that, and then just check we're all good. I'll put it around about there. Yeah, that's nice. Like it. I'm all done there, so I'm just going to press share and go to view only link. You can see that there, and that's going to create a view only link for your project, or you can go to download, which is just next to share, and then video resolution. I'll go to 720, press download. I am done.
Yeah, cool. I'll just take that screen back then. Dom, turn your iPad sound down because we're getting that strange noise. And then we'll boot up. Yeah, so same as Dom just showed you, you can click share and get a view only link, and that'll just publish your amazing animation to the internet. Anybody who clicks on it will be scared witless when they hear it. Otherwise, you could download it as an MP4 file as well using the download button and download. And there we go. That's our first activity in the can. So I'm going to hit the Adobe Express icon in the top left-hand corner. It's going to bring me back to the home page. And now we are ready, Dom, to move on to our second activity. Remember, guys, if you are doing any social media posts about this, then tag us in, please. That would be really cool. If you're going to share some of your class's awesome animations on social media, then we'd love to see them. So just tag us in there at Adobe for Edu, at Dom Trainer, at Meredith J, or at Meredith Jones. You'll find us on all of the different platforms. Tag us in. We would love to see those. Right. Okay, Dom. What are we doing in the next activity?
Right. Well, that was good timing because all my setup was about to die a slow death.
Oh, dear.
From having not enough battery. So now I'm plugged in, ready to go. Right. Challenge number 2, Halloween Facts web page. Okay, so we've got choose some facts below to build your spooky web page with some unusual Halloween traditions from around the UK. Now, all I've done is put some text in it. That's all I've done because it's your job to make this interesting. Well, it's my job to teach you how to make this interesting. And this is challenge number 2. So let's go to, where are we going to go? We're going to go over to this page here. Right. So you can see build a web pages over here. You can see that the purple square or rectangle on the right-hand side, build a web page. We're going to give that a click. It says get started with a web page template. No, thank you, because you don't have a Halloween template, which is scary enough for us. So I'm going to do create from scratch. Okay. What's the first thing we're going to do, Mr. Jones?
We're going to name this project, man.
Yeah, let's name it, man. Halloween web page. Okie dokie. Okay, so it's gone in there. And then what we're going to do here is you can go back to your you can go back to this page if you like, and you could just put like unusual Halloween traditions from around the UK. You could grab that text, for example. You could just type it in as well. And I'm going to put it in there. Make sure I've got a capital letter at the start because that's always good. It's a title, so it doesn't need a full stop. And then add a subtitle. I'm going to put Dom Trainer. Now, it's on this kind of gray background. No, thank you. So I'm going to click anywhere in there. It's fine. Nah, not so good, is it? And then go to photo, search photo. Just go for Halloween. Let's just go for that. Yeah. And then you can put anything in there. Ooh. That's not so good. If you put one in and you think, nah, I thought it was good, but it's not so good, just like I did now. Just click anywhere in the photo around there, and then you can go to replace. And then that one's quite cool. That one's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, you can go to any of them. I think actually, which one am I going to go for? This one's pretty cool, I think. I'll go for something like that. Now, this is something. Oh, it's flicking back through to all sorts of things. That's fine. We'll actually like that one, so that's fine. Oh, it's got that one now. Great. Whatever. Right. Now, should be able to see where I'm circling furiously in the top of the page here. You've got a little. It's actually a magic wand. Click that and go to themes. Now, there's lots of themes that you can choose from here, and by default, it's given us crisp. Well, I don't think for a Halloween webpage that's a good one. I'm going to go for nightcap. It's going to give us black backgrounds, which is good. It's going to give us, it's just going to give us a bit more of an edgy kind of feel to this thing. So I'm going to leave. I'm not going to do an introduction right now because we might have time to do an introduction at the end, which is kind of fancy. So what I'm going to do. Yeah, fancy. We like that. Well, if Mr. Jones had given us any time whatsoever, but as usual, we have about 3 minutes to make a web page.
God, come off it. Come off
Thanks,
it,
Mr. Jones.
Come off it.
Right. He's always doing that. Right. I mean, it was very good, though, so I'll let him know. Now, you've got four, maybe even five, 5 traditions to choose from here. This one is kind of an Irish one, predominantly. This one is kind of an all-over Scotland, England one. This third one is just a Scottish. Oh no, that one's a whole British one as well. But this is the first. This is the one I'm going to do first. An old Halloween tradition in the coastal village of Cullen, northern Scotland. So I'm just going to copy that text. All right. So I've got it. Just going to copy it because I've got it. Now this is a kind of tradition that I like. So once I've done my kind of header image. Oh, let's go back here. Once I've got my header image here. Scroll to start writing your story, and this will pop up here, or you can just click the plus. And I'm going to go to split layout. Okay. Now this gives you space for image on the left-hand side, text on the right-hand side, although you can flip it by using the arrows in the middle if you want. And I'll keep it with the image on the left-hand side. Now I'm going to go to the plus on the right-hand side, go to text. I'm just going to pop that text in there. It's not all going to stay there, but I'm just going to do that for now. Okay. And then let's go back to Jonesy and let's see what he's got going on in order to get this up on the iPad. So let's get Meredith Jones up there. There he is.
Okay, cool. So here we go. I'm just on the Chrome app on the challenge page. So let's just grab this first interesting Halloween fact. So hold my finger down, drag a big blue box over it, and then tap again, copy. Awesome. That's copied. Right. Let's skip back over to the Express app. Right. And we are building a web page. So I'm going to tap on the purple tile that says build a web page. Okay. So what I want here is a catchy title. I don't want no template. I'm going to create from scratch. No, thank you. And I'm going to tap in here where it says add a title. And I'm just going to put in here.
Just put Halloween traditions, maybe.
Okay. Halloween traditions. There we go. And then my name, me, all about me. There we go. And pop that in there. Right. And then at the bottom of my screen, you'll see that little plus icon in that little white dot. So we're going to choose a photo. And up here, I'm going to choose Halloween. There we go. And these ones that are kind of empty in the middle are ideal because they're great for kind of framing text. So that's a great one because it just kind of frames the text.
That is a good one.
That is a good one. Right. So then we're once you can see at the top, I can't change my theme at the moment. The reason it's doing that is having a good old think about uploading this image. It's uploaded a quick version first. And then it's uploaded a better version. Now, when you do that, you can still carry on building your page. You just can't do anything at the top there whilst it's kind of uploading images. Right, I can now. So let's choose a theme. And I'm going to go with Chronicle. There we go. And it is applying my theme. There it is. Lovely. I need to name my website because I usually do that immediately. And I just once forgot to do it. Halloween facts web page because that's what it is. Right, here we go. And now I'm ready to add in my first block of text. So I'm going to just scroll down as if I was visiting this web page. I'm going to this looks an interesting website. I'd like to see more. Let's scroll down. and it actually asked me, hey, what do you want to add next to your website? I'd like a split layout, please. Split layout. And remember, about half an hour ago, I copied that text. So now I'm going to tap on this, on the white side, which is also the right side. I'm going to tap on that little plus icon, text. And then where I've got that blinking cursor, I'm going to just tap. Oh, bad days. Oh, what happened there? Just went out of the whole thing. Let's go and open that back up. You need to just hold my finger down, or sometimes just tap. Depends on how the iPad is feeling, I find. Let's try that again. Text, hold my finger down. Leave document. No, don't leave. No. Right, my iPad is being a silly sausage. So anyway, I will tap paste, and it's going to paste that text in
Okay.
reality.
Right, let's get on with the real deal here. Come on, people. Right, so we've got our text on the right-hand side here. I'm going to leave that for now because what I want to do is I want to work out this thing, Cullen, Northern Scotland. So I've got that there. I've copied it. And then check this out. I'm going to share this tab instead. I'm on a new Google page, and I'm going to go to maps.google.com.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm going to search in my maps. I'm going to search for Cullen, Northern Scotland. Boom. And there it is. It comes up. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Also, guys, just to mention here, I know that in Wales, through hub accounts, that Google Maps is actually blocked through hub accounts.
Okay.
So you can go to Bing Maps. Okay, so if you go to Bing Maps, that's powered by Microsoft rather than Google. Then that works for us in schools in Wales. And maybe that's true for everywhere, but I know in Wales, through hub accounts, you don't have access to Google Maps. So go to Bing Maps.
Right, and then I'm going to do a screenshot here. Now, you might have to ask your teacher how to do a screenshot. I do Command, Shift, and 4. And then I'm going to drag that over the top here. Let go. Boom. I've got myself a screenshot. So now when I go back to my web page, share this page instead, I'm going to go to the left-hand side, add your image. And then you see this bit that says upload from device. Click that. And it's in my screenshots. You can't see my dialog box here, but I've got my screenshot and I've popped it in there. And Cullen's right in the middle there, which is perfect. I like it. Now, there are different ways in which you can do that. What I might do is go to, just let me go here and then share this tab instead. So you could go to like Cullen, Scotland, something like that. And then you could go in here and you could always open that up. That is probably something that you can do even if it's blocked and you can get it from there. Or you could go and just get an image.
Yeah.
You can go into images and just get an image of it. That's absolutely fine. And because it's fair educational use, you can do that. So you could, double click or right click on it and copy it or save image as, something like that. Get an image and put it in there. Okay, share this tab instead. Right. So what I'm going to do here is I don't want all of this text to be in here. So I'm just going to leave the first section in there. I'm going to highlight the rest of it and I'm going to cut that text. That means I've still got it in my clipboard, but then I can use it later. But then
how did you cut it? So you use
I did Command and X.
Yeah, so Control X on your keyboard there, guys, if you want to cut it.
And then I'm going to click in the text and I'm going to go to header 2. You could try header 1, but it's a bit big, isn't it?
Oh, gigantic.
It's a bit big. We don't necessarily want that. So I'm going to click again and go header 2. That's a bit better. Okay. Now that you've done that, I'll do... should I do one more thing or do you want to do that?
I want to see what you're going to do with that text that you've cut.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is going to go to split layout again underneath. And then on the left-hand side this time, go to text. And then I'm going to do Control, or for me, it's Command and V. Pop that in there. And then we descend on the sandy beaches of the bay and play football, have running races, play other active games. Okay. So on the right-hand side here, I'm going to go here and I'll go children, beach, football, something like that. Nice. That one's perfect. Look at them having a lovely time on a beautiful autumn Halloween day.
Cool.
And they've got a piper led them from the village down to the bay. And I think that deserves sort of a bit of attention. So I'm going to get the stuff here. The last line there, the winner would be crowned and everyone would return to the village for a party. I'm going to cut it again. For you might be Control and X. For me, it's Command and X. And then I'm going to go in here and do header 2 again.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, rather than just having photos on the right-hand side, I'm going to press the plus here. I'll go to photo, and then I'm going to do Piper. And I'm looking for one that goes horizontal, I think. This one. Great. There we go. It might not be the exact Piper that led them down, but it is a Piper, and that'll do. Right.
Cool. Okay.
Move over to Jones.
Yeah, here we go. So I got my text in there. So I'm not going to do cutting and pasting because on the iPad, I think that's going to do my head in. So what I'm going to do instead I'm just going to go to the end of my first kind of sentence there. Okay. The beginning of the year and the beginning of winter. Right. So, and then I'm going to hit return and it's going to pop it down a line. So once you've got things broken with a return, so you've gone down, basically start a new paragraph on Express, you can format these differently. So I can go back to my first block of text, tap anywhere there. I don't need to highlight it. Just tap anywhere in the middle of that. And then I can use maybe a header 2. There we go. That looks great. And then again here, it tells us here about Samhain here. So I'll just pop that down a line there. This maybe would be cool as, let's have a look, as a quotation. That's quite cool like that. Yeah, that's great. So I'm just going to have a big photo on the left. So they're talking about the fact that they have bonfires. So I'll just search for bonfire. Just 426 results. Just have to make do there, guys, I'm afraid. Not much options. There we go. That first one's great. And then, like Dom said, I really like adding images into the kind of the card side, the way you can have more than just text. So let's pop maybe in here, and I'm going to go with photo, and it says there about ringing bells. So if I search maybe for handbell, I know it's very specific, but is it going to give me one? Yeah, kind of that kind of thing. Yeah, just bring that in. And then if you think, oh, that doesn't look great there, then you can always pop it down. You know, you can tap on an image and move it down, maybe underneath that text, maybe again underneath that text. Okay, and you can just decide where it sits best on that section of text. Right, cool. Back to you, Don.
Okie dokie. Right. So we've done text here. Piper led them down from the village into the bay. And then I'm going to go scroll down again. And this is my final split layout for this one. Give it a little click. And don't forget, I've still got some text on my clipboard here. So I'll paste it in here. The winner would be crowned and everyone would return to the village for a big party. Now, there's not much text here. So I'm going to select it, go to header 1. And that's not too big on the page. That's good. And on the left-hand side, instead of Piper, I'll go party. Okay, let's see what we get here. That looks like the kind of party that would happen in Cullen in Northern Scotland. So I'm up for that. That looks great. So it's just a slightly different bit of formatting there. That's all it is. So you've got your different sections, making them look slightly different each time. Okay, that's my first section done. I think maybe do that quickly and then I'll move on to another one.
I think you can go because I'm done with my first first kind of block of text. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back here then. And we've still got some of our other things here. So let me show you. I think I'll do this Samhain one as well. So I'll grab all of that text here, copy it. Let's go back to my web page. Here, fantastic. And then I'm going to scroll down. And this time, I'm going to go for Glide Show. Okay, so Glide Show there. And now it says, add a few background photos to your Glide Show. So I'm going to choose some photos, which I think is going to work well for my Sarwin one here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is let me just check the spelling. Samhian. Okay, Sarwin. And actually, believe it or not, there's actually a photo here with the word Sarwin in there.
Well.
Well, wouldn't you know? So that's good. And then one of the other things that I'm going to do here is it says, if I show this time instead, it says here, on this night, the barrier between the worlds of the living and the dead was at its weakest. And I like that sort of phrase. But it reminds me of like, it reminds me of a phrase. So I'm going to go Halloween, because I know that if I search for Halloween, then I do get some. I've got this one, which is kind of like a graveyard with bats in it, which is pretty cool.
Oh, dear.
I think there was another one down here somewhere that I thought would be pretty interesting as well.
There's a skull there wearing headphones. I think that was good.
But that's the best one that I can find so far. I thought there was like an orangey one. But anyway, this one, yeah. So basically, I put both of them in so I can see them larger, and then I can decide which one do I think is best. And actually, the orange one, I think, is just a bit more striking. So what I'll do is I'll click the darker one there, and you can see that a little delete button comes up. I'll delete that. I only need 2 images for here. So let's click save. Right. This is where I have my glide show. So what is a glide show? Well, it's where it goes from one image to the other. Just glides in and out, which is really cool. And then I've still got text boxes. So I'm going to grab this text box here. You can move it around. You can go on the left, in the center, on the right. I think I'll pop it on the right. There we go. Sometimes you've got to double click it. And there you go. And then press the plus button here. Go to text. I'm going to paste all of my text in there. Every bit of it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the second section of it. I'm going to use Command and X. You might be Control and X for you. Great. And then I'll scroll down here. And then maybe I'll put this one in the center, maybe. Give the plus a click, go to text, and go over this side. There we go. Okay, that's all my text done. So let's just work out here how we're going to make this look better. So first of all, if I click my first paragraph of text, I can go to header 2, maybe. Maybe I'll split these paragraphs up by putting my cursor in there and pressing enter. Then I'll need to go and format that again. I mean, I could try the quote function, but in this theme, I don't think that quote function is very readable. I could try the header 1. Yeah, maybe that works. Giving people key information here. And then I can scroll down to my next one. The Celts believe that on this night, the barrier between the worlds of the living and the dead was at its weakest. So I'll do that one. And then I'll split it up again. I'll put my cursor in there, press return, and then format this to header 2 again. And then you'll see I've got a plus in the middle of these 2 sections. And what I'm going to do here, he says here, masks were worn. Okay. So if I go to my plus in the middle, give it a click and go to photo, I could go to Halloween mask in here. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, because I did see one that I really like.
Oh, I don't like these things. Oh, these scare me.
This one's great.
Oh, dear me.
Because they wore kind of masks and things like that in order to tell the spirits to be quiet. And this person here, I presume it's a lady, but I'm not sure. It's got her fingers on her lips. So that's good. That's a good one for this, I think.
I tell you.
So I really like that one. That works.
I'd be having an early night in my roundhouse if I was a Celt living in.
So there we go. Do you want me to just carry on, Mr. Jones?
No, we'll jump over. Yeah, because I feel like I haven't done a good job on the iPad of this yet. So let's try and redeem myself. Right. So let's jump back to the doc. To the page. So I'll go for this next one, maybe apple bobbing, known as ducking in Scotland, ducking in Northern England. There we go. Right, and then so it's all about apples. Okay, so maybe I'll just split it into 2. Okay, so I'll grab the first bit of text and I'll just copy that rather than doing the cut that Dom was doing. Maybe I'll just copy it in sections because I think that's easier on the iPad. Right, let's add a glide show. So I want maybe apple. I wonder if it's got apple ducking. It's always
Yeah, it
worth
might do.
trying.
Mightn't
No, we got roast turkeys. Right.
it?
Okay.
Apple bobbing. Try apple
Yeah,
bobbing, maybe.
I'm giving up. I'm just gonna go to apples. There. Okay, cool. These, and then think about how these are going to work with a text box. So this one was going to work well because it's the apples on the right hand side. I'm going to have a text box on that gap on the left. And then maybe just to keep things looking scary, I'll go to Halloween again. Good old trusty Halloween. And then is there an apple in here? Let's just try Halloween apple. You never know. Oh, you got
Ooh.
there's like a witch holding an apple there. That's quite good.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Go on then. Right. Oh gosh, terrifying. Right, there we go. So I'm done with my setting up the images for my glide show. So once you're happy with setting up the photos, then in the top right-hand corner, you've got the save button. So I'm going to tap on that. Brings me back out to my web page. And I got my glide show and these two cards. One card, keep scrolling down, two cards. Okay. So I'm going to tap on the plus, text. Now, I didn't remember, but you don't have to fiddle around with that cursor that's blinking. You see the actual keyboard that's popped up? On the top of the keyboard, on the left-hand side, you've got the undo, redo, and then that's a paste icon next door to it. So I can just tap that.
So you got the left arrow, the right
There it
arrow,
is.
and then there's the clipboard.
Yeah, so that's actually a way easier way to paste some text in. Okay, Halloween, there we go. Right, so I've done that. Let's think about our formatting. Maybe a header 2. Yeah, that works well for me. That's great. Let's scroll down. And I'm going to tap in here. Oh, right, so now I need to copy this text. So let's jump back over to Chrome. Maybe you're using Safari. It'll work the same. Copy that text. Copy. Skip back over to Express. Text. And use that clipboard icon. Lovely. There it is. Header 2 again. Brilliant. Okay, and maybe I could search in here for photo, and I could search for wooden bucket. Yes, these are exactly the type of things that you'd go apple bobbing in, I think, Dom, right?
Yeah, nice.
There we go. I'll grab that first one there, pop that in.
Yeah.
Lovely. Great. There we go. So I've got my glide show set up now for this second fact all about bobbing for apples. Okay, let's go back to Dom. There we go.
Okie dokie. Right, so don't forget that I changed my theme. You can do that up there by giving the wand a click up there. I chose the nightcap one because it'd be nice and dark, so it kind of suited this Halloween theme. But you can check your work up here. You can press either preview or you can press present. I like checking it by pressing present personally because it opens up in here and you can scroll through from page to page. There we go, the coastal village of Cullen. We've got people playing on the beach, the piper leading them down from the village. Winner would be crowned. Then we go into the Samhain. You've got it celebrated from sunset on the 31st of October. I'm kind of showcasing that. But what you will see down here, you can see I've got Samhain in my background picture here, but the S is cut off here. So I'm going to do something about that in a second.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the reasons why you check your work. And then you go through to this next one, the Celts beneath. It would be when evil spirits cross over, masks were worn, blah, blah, blah. And there we go. That's looking pretty good to me. Now, in order to change that Samhain picture, it looks good here, but when we presented it, it didn't look the same. So I'm going to click that image there, and you can see it says focal point. So give that a click. And then right now, the focal point is right in the center. But if I drag that down, 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 right into the bottom left, that will make it, and then click save in the top right. That will make it absolutely perfect so that when I now present my work again, let's check it out. Is it going to give me Samhain? Right. Yeah. Perfect.
Cool. Yeah.
You can see that there then. So that's just a little tip on how you can get it to be perfectly in the right place. Okay, I'm going to press escape to come out of that. And then I've finished my page now. So if you want to scroll up to the top, you absolutely can make any edits that you need to make. But then you can press share, publish to web, give any credits that you need to in there. If you've taken any photos from the internet, for example, you could credit where you got them from there and then click create a link and it will publish your web page and you can send that then to whoever you like. Right, should we want to just publish yours on the web, on the iPad?
Yeah, it's the same process. So here we are. Here's my work here. And I can do the same. I see I can tap anywhere on a photo and I can change the focal point, the same as Dom showed you there. And if I scroll, well, I don't need to scroll back to the top. Why do we do that? I don't know, but it feels like...
Well, it used to do that. It did used to do that. I think the new update has meant that it actually goes...
Oh, okay. Right. It just feels like the right thing to do, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to tap on share and then the share menu is going to appear. There we go. And publish to web. That's it. And then create a link. And there it is. It'll give you a link. Anybody who clicks on that link will be taken to your webpage. What's really cool about that as well is that it doesn't matter if they're on a nice wide screen, if they're on a narrow phone screen, it's created a responsive web page, which means that your images, maybe if they're on a narrow screen, it'll put the photo on top of your text rather than side by side. And there's loads of clever stuff so that your web page looks good, whatever device it's being viewed on. Right, there we go.
Good stuff.
We're done. Guys, remember now that if you're posting online, teachers, we want to see these because I think there's going to be some great work coming from this session. We'd love to have a look at it. If you're following us on YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly that. And if you want to see any more things, you can register here for the next lot of live lessons as well. We've got loads coming up. I think after, what have we got after Halloween?
We've got Remembrance Days coming up next, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. That's going to be a big one. We need to get hundreds of schools for that. So that'd be great. Thanks very much, everyone. Appreciate it as always. And we'll see you on the next one.